So, it has been 6 months since I last uploaded onto this channel, and yeah, sorry, it's another update video, just like the previous one, but I'm gonna be talking about, I guess, my Roblox Evolution video, what's happening with that, and just things going on with Roblox in general right now, which just kind of are not it, like, at all. So, in terms of my Roblox Evolution video, there's a few little bits that are just kind of making it difficult for me to work on it. Because, first of all, I've just felt kind of, I don't know, burnt out or tired or whatever, or just feeling like it's a pain to work on, or it's just a lot of effort, or something like that. And it's unfortunate because I do want to have it out by the 1st of September in time for the 25th anniversary of the release of Roblox in 2006. And obviously this project, I've said before, like, it requires multiple people. Well, it doesn't really require, but it'd be a lot easier if I had other people, like, as well, to, like, help with the project. But fortunately, I don't know when people have free time, what people will be available and such, so that's a bit of an issue. And of course, I've had the issues with trying to get all of the stuff set up so servers can be connected to on the older Roblox game clients. And for later years, I've had issues created by Roblox lately, because now, or not now, like back in like late September, early October, they made an update, so fast flags, most fast flags can no longer be used on the Roblox player client, which really sucks, because that means I can now no longer use the current version of Roblox for I guess the years of 2020 to 2024. So I could use fast flags to enable the Roblox UI from 2020 to 2024, that version of the in-game UI. Like, you have, that's no longer possible because the flag for it can no longer be turned on, because most flags can't be used anymore. So I'm gonna have to somehow find an older client from one of those years in order to do those years now, or maybe scour through and see if I have any footage I recorded in 2020 to 2024, if I really can't find anything in terms of clients to record new footage with. And that's just made it more difficult for me to make the video. And also, legacy chat, which I've mentioned, was removed from Roblox a few months ago. I mentioned it in a video about them removing it in May. I didn't make the video in May, but they removed the old chat in May. Though a couple games were still using it up until June. So that makes a bit more of a pain for me, and I guess at least soon I'll manage to find a new launcher for at least the 2014 to 2016, 17, 18 clients, something like that. So I guess that will be good for those years in the video. Now, I'll move away from talking about my Roblox Evolution video, and I'll more talk about what's going on with Roblox in general, because obviously Roblox has changed a lot throughout the years, and in the last 6 months or so, it's really been in quite hot water, and they've been making a lot of terrible updates lately as well. Because here's the three updates that I think are just the worst ones in my opinion. Now, making all unrated games unplayable. At the beginning of October, they decided to make all unrated games on the platform unplayable. Game ratings, age ratings were not a thing on Roblox until around late 2022, and of course, if a game was made before then, it wouldn't have a rating unless the developer was around to rate it still. And there's a lot of old games that have inactive or banned developers that can't be rated, that ended up shutting down and probably will be gone forever. They said they were gonna try saving and rating games themselves, some of these old games, if they have over 1,000 visits. Although, problem, a lot of them didn't get rated by them. And I'm talking about ones that did have 1,000 visits or more. Even some of the most iconic ones or famous ones didn't get rated, which I find really, really bizarre. And so did a lot of other people. They're just gone forever, and developers can't come back to rate them, or they could, but they probably are just long gone from Roblox. Like, either they forgot about it or they just quit and aren't gonna come back. Whatever else banned, and these games are just gone and can't be played again. So that's really sad. And they did this because this was supposed to be one of their safety updates they made after a whole fiasco, or a whole bunch of stuff that happened in August surrounding some guy who Roblox banned, and it was for a very stupid reason, and he was actually really just doing what Roblox should have been doing, and basically this led to a whole load of backlash, unsurprisingly, and it actually got a lot bigger than I thought, and maybe some other people. Tons of people, like even outside of the community, were talking about this, and Roblox has been in a lot of legal trouble and hot water, like, ever since then. They've been pushing out all of these quote-unquote safety updates, like this one. This was supposed to try and get rid of some of these dodgy games off the platform. It didn't work. Surprise, surprise. Because the people making these games would have been active, or would have already rated it, or put down the wrong things to get the wrong age rating for the game. So that turned out well, didn't it? And next update is another quote safety update. Except from, just like the previous one, it didn't do anything. They decided to make it so you're forced to sell your soul to some goddamn AI. You scan your face or your ID, and to this already kind of dodgy or controversial company called Persona or something like that, and where they've had legal issues because they've been selling stuff. And basically it's supposed to scan ID your face and guess your age. Well, it'll only have to guess if you do only your face. It'll, if you just use an ID, it'll get your actual one. But it's been mostly face one that's had the issues, because it's gotten ages wrong, like a lot. Who would have thought? Yeah. But it's been getting people's ages wrong, saying they're younger or older and whatnot. And there's been people doing like dodgy bypasses or tricks on it to purposely get it wrong, and that's not great. Because here's the thing, like they not only do they do these age guesses, but also it will segregate chat depending on age groups, so you can only talk to certain ones or see chats from certain ones. And but it'll stop this and that, except from I just mentioned that there's numerous holes and cracks in this system where it'll get the age wrong, like either by accident or someone will on purpose make it get it wrong, and obviously it will lead to the same issues that were being complained about before, except from now people can't see these chats that are happening in chat because of this update. So this also is not just a privacy concern, but also really it also makes a lot of safety concerns as well, despite supposedly being a fix for safety and concerns about it on the platform. So what are you doing, Roblox? Why? Just really embarrassing, like that they go through with these terrible rushed updates, or really terrible ideas for fixes for things that really are the worst kind of possibly like ideas for anything. Like you could just get, I don't know, better moderation, but you don't want to do that. You want to make money. You still want your money. You want your money, and you decide to deny your issues and deny because you don't want to look bad, and you make yourself look worse by doing that. Oh dear. And this has just really not gone down well, because things have already happened after this update came out, and it's just really also made Roblox quite a lot less sociable. So that's really, really not good. Now, final update I want to talk about. Removal of classic heads and faces. Now, they took a bunch of old faces off sale nearly 3 years ago, like in summer 2023, I think July, and throughout the rest of that year, and would put on a new dynamic head on sale. But once they did that, they'd also force it onto your avatar if you're wearing that face, but you could take it off and then re-equip the original version. So I guess that was something, but it's still really annoying, the fact that they decided to put these faces by force onto your avatars and also overwrite your saved outfits on the avatar creator to have these on. So you also had to update the outfits again to not have these things. And now, or a couple weeks ago, they've announced that they're now going to completely remove the old legacy faces and heads and force you to wear the new dynamic heads and faces on your avatar instead. There's no option to switch back to the legacy options. You're forced to use it no matter what. Oh no. Our kind of failed update, or failed feature that nobody actually really uses, not that many people, maybe every 1 in 100 players on the site who are active uses dynamic head, or a dynamic head that's actually animated, because there's also a lot of UGC ones that haven't got the proper things that indicate a mouth and eyes so it can animate, and have been making static ones with this feature instead, because that's what everyone uses. Like almost nobody uses the actual dynamic animated heads, but now they're forcing you to use them and removing the classics, despite the fact there's thousands or maybe millions of people angry with this, rightfully so, because you paid for these items like however many years ago. Like I've been on this site for like 10 years, and I've had a few faces in my inventory for most of that time, and some of them obviously not as long, but either way, they're now being taken away from me despite the fact I paid for them as well as everyone else, and being replaced with these inferior looking versions that have really uncanny and atrocious looks, and these weird like animating bits, and like it's so bad. Like they've got a whole sheet documentation of like all the faces they're converting, and like most of them are really bad. Like even some of the faces that already had dynamic versions, like they're new versions that are supposed to be more one-to-one, as they say, look even worse than the original dynamic version. Looks less like the original 2D PNG image, like what most people were using. Okay, well this is a dynamic head here, but it's just a straight face. For some reason it's not working. That's another thing. These don't work on R6, and instead just turn into straight faces if you wear it in an R6 avatar. So it's incompatible with R6 older avatars, and there's so many jagged lines and inaccuracies on these dynamic versions. Like they say one-to-one, but it really is not. It's just the complete opposite. And like they're also doing it with the limited ones as well. So you've got a really expensive value or resellable item, and now it's just crashing down in value. And they really have crashed down in value. Like it's crazy. People are losing money over this as well. It's just so ridiculous. Like they're deciding like to go through with this. They posted like 2 updates saying that they're still doing this. Oh, but no, you can turn off the animations. That's all good, and it's totally what you asked for, isn't it? No, that is not what was asked for. What we asked for is for you to let us keep the original 2D PNG goddamn image that you've been using for like the last however many years, like 17 years, for any of the non-default ones, or 20 years for the default, and just keep it forever and not have it replaced with this inferior version that you're just making out of all of them. It's just crazy. They're losing money over this. It's more work and effort to completely remove these options for people that they like to use. Almost everyone on the platform likes using, and replace it with these things that almost no one likes, as you can tell by your responses you got to this. Like, you should just keep the originals. Like, you should keep the legacy options, because it'll make everyone happy and it's less work. And I don't know, it's like you're trying to kill your own company at this point. It really is just like that. Because I can't think of a single reason why it would make sense to just remove this when almost no one said to remove these. This company is just really seriously out of touch and delusional. Like, there is zero benefit to removing these. And for UGC creators, they're losing a ton of money because they're going to remove these dynamic heads which aren't animated like they're supposed to be according to Roblox, because they won't let people, UGC creators, just upload the 2D PNGs, like classic faces, like what you've got on like some of these avatars, like this one, or that I don't think those are classic faces. These two have got like these 2D non-animated dynamic heads, the heads that are supposed to be animated normally, but because almost no one uses those, like the UGC creators just don't animate a dynamic head. Like, you can see, if you sort by best selling in the catalog on heads, not dynamic heads. I mean, no, they are dynamic heads, but you click on what says heads and not classic heads or classic faces, you'll see the best selling don't animate, despite the fact the dynamic heads are supposed to be the ones that animate. You see, your audience, the vast majority, uses non-animating classic 2D PNGs, or they use heads that mimic that normally aren't meant to. But they're forcing UGC creators to feed their already existing items into this AI, which will probably ruin them just to have them animated, because it doesn't fit Roblox's vision if it doesn't animate and all this and that, blah 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 blah. And it doesn't matter. We know that you actually like the non-animating images better, but we're gonna force this crap on you anyway. And this breaks compatibility with R6, of course, as I mentioned. Breaks compatibility with some old games, like the morphs and some in-game catalog kind of options or whatever. And they also said that uniquely shaped heads, like the hex head or diamond head and all these other crazy heads that they made in like 2008 and 2009, like they're not going to be able to use any face other than a default on them anymore, because it doesn't map to this and that, and you'll be given an inferior version that can only use the default face instead. So you say that it's to fit your vision, and it also will make people express themselves more by having an anime. But no, like literally these heads that you talked about will be less able to be expressive, because you can't put other faces on them anymore, because you are forcing this stupid update that nobody wants or asked for, and just making them worthless. Like they're just have the same kind of value as like any kind of UGC looking clone of that same head now, because it's forced to have one face because you're doing this update. What are you doing? Can't believe it. Like, I might have to record soon for some bits, like maybe the 2025 part, because I guess that's still possible with the current version of Roblox, but no later, because they're probably gonna remove the classic faces and heads soon and give me nothing, give no one conversation or anything, and give them really, really awful looking garbage instead, and it's gonna be a nightmare. Unless they cancel the update. I really hope they do, but I doubt they're going to actually cancel it, because they decided for like 2 times. They decided 2 times that they're going to just not care, and they're going to just go through with the update anyway, just like all the previous ones I mentioned. I mean, yeah. I'm hoping I'll get to work on this evolution video soon, and hopefully also hope that Roblox reverts maybe the decision to make this update, which isn't out yet, about the faces, but I hope they cancel it, but I don't know. And hopefully they also revert maybe a couple of their other really bad updates they've done lately. Anyway, that's all I have to say for today, and that'll be it from me now. Bye bye.